Hello and welcome back to another other video. Today we are talking about the potential for some much needed rainfall in the northeastern United States, and that will be because of a low pressure system that is moving through the inland northeast region, and that will be bringing much needed, very much a much needed dose of rainfall to areas such as Boston, New York, Philadelphia. So, starting off here with the Weather Prediction Center's excessive rainfall outlook, showing a 5% chance of exceeding flash flood guidance in many urban areas, including areas such as Baltimore, Philadelphia, Scranton, New York, Albany, Boston, Hartford, areas of the Northeast megalopolis. And this is just during the day on Monday and into early Tuesday, and that should be just enough rainfall to not really overload a lot of the sediments on the ground, but much needed again. So, let's start off here with the NAM 3-kilometer model. And we're not going to go hour by hour here, but just in general, you can see here a lot of clusters of thunderstorms, especially in the New York City metropolitan area, are going to be moving through, and that will bring in that much needed rainfall. Now, multiple different models do disagree on how these thunderstorms will develop. The NAM is now showing more of a sporadic, isolated thunderstorm type of flow, with some more thunderstorms on the back end of the storm that will result in a lot more sporadic rain amounts. And you can see some areas such as parts of upstate New York seeing some of those amounts that are very low, below a half an inch of rainfall. But at the same time, you have areas such as parts of northeast Pennsylvania seeing up to 5-6 inches of rainfall. So definitely a huge difference there, and that could, kind of make things difficult to predict. Now, in terms of the HRRR here, let's actually move this back here. And we can see that the HRRR is actually taking kind of a moderate approach to the other model that we're going to look at later, with one major cluster of consistent light to moderate rainfall moving through areas such as New York and then Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and into New Hampshire and Maine as that low pressure moves through, but limited thunderstorms on the back end of the storm system, which, if we just update this real quick, will result in much more consistent rainfall totals where that light to moderate rainfall is consistently falling, such as areas of the New York City metropolitan area, Philadelphia metropolitan area, and up into portions of central Massachusetts, eastern New Hampshire, and much of Maine. Now, finally, I want to look at the NAM 12, and then we also have the FV3 high res. The NAM 12 is just an extension of the NAM 3. You can see those less consistent lines there, and that just continues that trend that we're not going to be seeing consistent rainfall according to the NAM. But the FV3 here is showing more consistent rainfall, kind of more consistent even than the HRRR, seeing areas such as portions of northern New Jersey, northeast Pennsylvania, southeastern New York, most of Connecticut, parts of Rhode Island, seeing consistent heavy rainfall, which could make this situation much worse, and seeing that another round comes through here into Tuesday morning, especially in areas around Philadelphia, Baltimore, D.C., and this all results in an area here, especially kind of bullseyed around the New York City metropolitan area, that could be seeing that 2 to 6 inch range of, rain. So this is definitely something that we got to look out for. But last but not least, let's take a look at what the National Weather Service has to say about this. So in the last 90 days, the two areas that we've talked about in 2 consecutive days, the Southern Plains and the Northeast, are very recessed in their rain amounts, very much in drought. Areas of the Northeast are even up to 4 to 6 inches of rainfall below average, and this will get made up for by certain areas, especially in that New York City metropolitan area, getting into those purples as at least 1.5 inches of rainfall, And you can see much of the Northeast is above that blue line, which is a ½ an inch of rainfall. You can see that kind of teal line here. This is about an inch of rainfall. So again, a lot of much needed rainfall, as well as a lot of much needed rainfall in the southern plains. I will link that video in the cards above, but they are looking at maybe even a consistent 6 inches of rainfall there. So great to see that we're going to be getting rainfall in the 2 areas of the country that really need it right now. Of course, you could always use more monsoon season rainfall in the desert southwest and the west coast itself, as those droughts are continuing. But in terms of the recency bias during the last 90 days, it's good to see that the southern plains and the northeast are going to get some of that relief they really do deserve. But that is all the information that I have for today. If you found this video informative and useful, consider leaving a like, subscribing, and hitting the bell. But that is all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.